Hey, it's me, MLB. Here's chapter 38 of Chance Ball, and this one is titled Moving On. Fumbling in your bag that had somehow magically not gotten lost last night, you found your keys and pushed it into the lock, the distinct crunch of the key teeth in the slot making you wince and hope that your parents weren't home and had heard you to see you entering like a hoe back from her night of debauchery. Slowly turning the key, you entered at a snail's pace, poking your head through the door first to suss out the situation, before allowing your body to follow. No one was home, it seemed, so you quickly tiptoed to the bathroom, beelining for the shower. Ah, yes, hot water for a hot bitch. This is the life right here, you thought with glee, as you wriggled out of your dress and threw off your bra before jumping in the shower. Oh, what a night. I completely forgot to let my parents know where I was going to go, so I'm probably going to hear about that later. Man, why do I do this to myself? Spending 90% of your shower standing there staring at the tiles and the other 10% washing yourself, you finally finished and hopped out, feeling a lot fresher than when you had first turned up at the house. You wrapped the towel around your body and stepped out onto the mat and then walked to the door. "Is that you, Yin?" your mum called from the study, making you jump a little with fright at hearing her voice. "Yep," you called back as you exited the bathroom and walked towards the sound of her voice. I didn't know you were home." "Much like we didn't know where you were last night," your mum replied in a sassy, annoyed tone. "I rang Ray and she sent a message to Dabi who told her that you were with him." "Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I just kind of got caught up in the moment and..." "You can save it, Yin. You'll be moving out of the house soon, so you won't need to tell us where you are anymore," she replied stiffly, pushing past you and off down the hall. Mum isn't usually like this, you thought as you watched her go. She does go off at me, but she doesn't brush me off like this. Thinking it would be best to put clothes on before confronting your mum again, in case it turned into a lengthy conversation, you quickly went to your room and chucked something on, and then went to find your mum, who was attending her plants outside. As you approached, you could hear her sniffing, and you paused with sudden concern. "Mum?" you asked softly. "Are you crying?" "I'm fine," she snapped, keeping her back to you. "No, you're not," you said, walking forwards and putting a hand between her shoulders. "What's wrong?" "Why are you leaving us?" she suddenly wailed. "You have just, all of a sudden, wanted nothing to do with us." "Whoa, what?" you asked, floored with this outburst. "What brought this on?" "You don't tell us where you are. You're moving out. You hardly ever eat dinner with us anymore. This house is going to be empty," she sobbed. "Mum," you said, calmly wrapping your arms around her shoulders and pulling her into you. "I'm not going away. I'm still around. I'll come and visit, I promise. I'm not disappearing." "We'll never see you again. You're our only child," your mum cried. "Why don't you want to stay here?" "Mum," you said with a sympathetic chuckle, "I'm growing up. You said that yourself. I just want to go and do my own stuff, you know. It's nothing against your dad." "What's happening out here?" your dad suddenly asked as he slid the door open and stepped out. "Yin, what did you do to your mum?" "What? It's not my fault." "It's not her, honey. We're having a moment," your mum placated him. "And you never told us where you were last night," your dad snapped at you. "Honey, it's fine. We're talking about it," your mum said, wiping her eyes. "Sorry, Dad. I got caught up. I'll make sure to let you guys know where I am next time, but I don't think there will be a next time." Suddenly it hit you. You would be sitting your exam soon and then moving out. You had 2 weeks left at home, max. Without realising it, your eyes welled with tears. I'm leaving soon," you said with a quiver in your voice. "I'm going to be in my own home." Your mum, feeling the sudden emotion in your voice, burst into tears again and hugged you while more tears flowed down her cheeks. "What is..." your dad said with bewilderment as you and your mum cried together. "I don't even know what's going on anymore," he added, backing back inside the safety of the house and sliding the door shut. The rest of the afternoon was spent with your mum, chatting and catching up on things that you hadn't spoken to her about because you'd been busy spending so much time with Dabi. And the rest of the 2 weeks went by just like that. Study, exams, and moving out. "Is that everything?" your dad asked you as he carried one last box out to the car. Let me check," you said as you ran back into the house, heading for your room. It was bare. Nothing was there, save some crumpled pieces of paper and a random hair clip on the floor. This isn't my room anymore," you thought sadly as you looked around the unrecognisably empty room. You welled up with tears, the weight of the situation finally resting heavily on your shoulders. "This is it. I'm officially moved out. Why am I getting so emotional about it though? you thought as you cupped your hands over your nose and mouth, tears rapidly filling your eyes before falling down your cheeks. Yen? Your dad called, snapping at you out of your internal self-reflection moment. Yeah, you called back quickly, wiping your eyes and straightening up. All packed? He asked as he approached you. You nodded, biting your top lip between your teeth. He looked into the room and then down at you, catching on immediately. Hey, he said as he engulfed you in a big fatherly hug, that hug that breaks you down and bears all your emotions. You grabbed onto him and sobbed, still not sure why you were getting so emotional over this. I don't know why I'm crying, you wailed into him. It's a big deal, Yin. You're moving out. The house that you've grown up in is no longer going to be your home, so you make sure that you make your new house a home. Fill it with love and memories. You nodded into him, a half-choked, sobbing chuckle escaping your lips as you thought about what type of memories you and Dabi would be making in your new place. I won't even be able to share the stories from the new house because of Dabi's horny ass railing me on everything, you thought, your sadness changing a little to that of excitement. Hugging your dad tightly once more, you pulled back and took a deep breath in. Okay, I'm good now, you said confidently, wiping your eyes again. Let's go. And with that, you stepped back and walked out to the waiting car, not even looking back as you left. Your dad appeared shortly after, and you were off, ferrying the last of your items to the new house. As your car pulled up in the driveway, Dabi walked out and gave a small wave, and you grinned as you jumped out and ran to the front steps to greet him. Baby, he asked as he tilted your head up and looked at your slightly puffy red eyes. You've been crying. Who made you cry? His tone changed from worried to protective. I'm fine, he replied, pushing his hand away. I just had a moment, that's all. A moment? Yeah, leaving home, but I'm good. I'm a tough bitch now, he replied confidently, straightening and placing your hands on your hips. We'll make this our own home. You're damn right about that, he replied in a provocative low tone. See, you thought as you shook your head at him with a knowing smile. Won't be telling my parents any of these stories. Dabi, your dad called. Give me a hand. Yin has enough stuff to supply an army of people for the winter. I do not, you snorted with low-key offence. I've just got enough stuff, thank you. You still have those shoes that you wore to the concert last year that you've never worn again because they hurt your feet, but you wanted to keep them because the band member blew you a kiss and you believed it was because of the shoes? Dabi asked you. Well, yeah, but they're lucky shoes and they don't take up much space and I like them. Maybe I can hand them down to my future children or something. Why am I being attacked for this? They're my shoes. What's it to you? You replied, feeling very attacked at being called out like that. Okay, Dabi said with a chuckle. Shoes are on the offender's list then. Don't address the shoes. Noted. Your dad grunted as he lifted a box from the car boot and handed it to Dabi. But I don't have to worry about any of that now. That she's on you, Dabi. Thanks, he replied with a grunt, taking the box from your father's hands. I am not an item to be passed on to people, thank you very much, he said with indignation as he followed Dabi into the house and up the stairs. Where do I put this on? He asked. In our room, you replied, distracted as you followed behind. He entered the bedroom and walked to the corner, plonking the box down and spinning quickly to grab you. Before you could yelp or make any other sounds of surprise, you were backed up against the wall, pinned there by Dabi's hands on yours. Wait till I get you alone, he snarled, his teeth grazing your neck as he let out a low growl from his throat. Can you go at least one day without trying to be all over me? You asked breathlessly. Nope, I'm not even going to try. That challenge is too hard. You're a wimp. Call me every name you like. But make sure you call it loud enough so it'll sound convincing when I own you. He growled, biting into your collarbone. Don't you dare leave any marks, you hissed threateningly, wriggling to get out from his clutches. My parents are still here. Another box, your dad called from downstairs, and Dabi let you go and casually strolled out of the bedroom like nothing had happened. Coming, your man called calmly, trotting down the stairs to get the next box while you stood with your back against the wall still, trying to catch your breath. Boxes unloaded from the car, everything inside, goodbyes said, and parents waved off from the porch, and you were standing there next to Dabi, finally alone at your new house. So this is it, huh? You sighed. Home alone? Dabi let out the most devious little chuckle you'd ever heard, and you screamed and pushed him away before running inside. Come back, little doll. I want to play with you. Dabi snarled sexually. Let's play mummies and daddies. No! You screamed with laughter, racing up the stairs to the bedroom. The bed frame was still in pieces, resting up against the wall of the room, and the king-sized mattress was on the floor. In one leap you made it from the door to the mattress and bounced heavily as you landed, your body being caged immediately by Dabi, who was on top of you in a second. Get down! You screeched, laughing and wriggling under him. Down? On you? he asked as he slid backwards down your body and bit through your pants at the top of your thigh. No! You bonked him on the head repeatedly. Stop! Bad Dabi! Oh, I'm about to be a very bad Dabi. He sneered in reply. Ugh, this man. Anyway, stay tuned for chapter 39 coming tomorrow. See you then.